What's up, Raider Nation? My name is Jason. I'm here to bring you guys another video, and just to get right into things, for first the injury report, Derek Carr is back. He practiced again, and I'm honestly shocked that he's going to be playing against the Chargers. Because his injury is something you don't really want to play with. Um, he could honestly make it more severe. But I don't know. He's a pretty tough quarterback, so I don't think anything major is going to happen in this game against the Chargers. But going on, Nick Roach had limited participation again. It looks like he probably won't be playing another. He's missing another game, and this is not a concussion, guys. This is something more significant. This could be more of a brain injury, possibly, or just a severe concussion, because severe concussions can last this long. It just depends on the major incident of what happened. C.O. Moore, he's out. He did not participate in 2 practices, so I don't think he'll be back on the field anytime soon because he hurt his ankle. Again, another injury with the legs and ankles and feet. But it's just getting frustrating. I don't know why, but what's going on? It seems like every injury, most of the injuries that's with our team are leg related. MJD had full participation. He'll be playing in the game. I don't know how many reps he's going to get, but hearing from what Tony Sperano said, he probably can get a big chunk of running. He might start Darren McFadden over him, which I think is a good choice because Darren McFadden's really showing that he can do something, but I don't know. He hasn't hit any 100-yard games. I don't even think had any 100-yard games yet on the ground. But I think with MJD fully back and having full participation, our running game will be a lot stronger, which I'm really hoping for because we have good talent at running back. We just need to use them correctly. Maybe Tony Sperano will use Marcel Reese a little bit with the running, which I would not be surprised with. And now for my next topic, I'm going to be getting into the review of the Raiders and Chargers game. Now, this is a good game no matter what because it's a heated rivalry between these two. And it's just a fun game to watch. And the Raiders have a pretty good record after the bye, and there's a lot of changes in the locker room. Apparently, Tony Sperano changed a lot of stuff already. To start off, he changed the practice schedules, the times, and everything. The practices are going a lot faster, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of no huddle to get the defenses tired because we have the speed and the adversity on our offense that we can make opposite defenders be getting exhausted. They can't keep up. And I'm honestly just hoping to see, I'm excited to see what the defense can do this game with not having just Dennis Allen calling all the shots. It's just Jason Tarver calling his own plays, doing what he has to do. I want to see what he can fully come up with. And because the defense, honestly, is kind of a really major letdown. We picked up a lot of key players, and they're really not showing their ability that they can do anything. They're being blocked. They can't get any pass rush, and it's just killing our team. We need to score points, especially on defense. We need to get some takeovers, put our offense in good field position, not starting from like the 10-yard line or the 20. They need good field position, and we need to stop offenses from getting all these things, and then our fans get mad since we get 3 and outs when there's not much they can work with. And hopefully we die down on the penalties because those are getting insane now. Penalties are really killing Oakland at some positions, at some points, and it's just penalties are drive killers, sacks are drive killers, which we are very thankful that I think Derek Carr's been sacked like once, maybe. He hasn't been sacked much, I don't think. And that's a good thing to see from the offensive line, which Tony Sparano took over. So that's a good sign to see what Tony Sparano did to change the offensive line. And recently off waivers, we picked up Kendrell Tompkins. And this is, I feel like, a really good pickup. Some people don't think it is, and they're like, oh, he sucks, another bum. We're picking up so many people from waivers, but you guys need to realize we are not really that big on wide receiver. We don't have that number one receiver. So we needed to pick someone up to add depth. And Kendrell Tompkins is not a bad pickup for the Raiders. He gained trust for Tom Brady his rookie year, and that's saying something. If you can gain trust with Tom Brady, who's arguably a Hall of Famer, he will be in the Hall of Fame, and you can gain his trust just his rookie year, that says something about the wide receiver. He also has height and the speed. So, and we also picked up Vincent Brown, I believe. Yeah, Brown, and which is a big wide receiver. So we're adding some depth at the wide receiver position that can help Derek Carr out and hopefully get more points than freaking 14. I think this bye week really opened this team up, especially with Tony Sparano in front of everything and possibly turning the season around. If he does good, we're probably not even going to need a new coach unless Reggie McKenzie sees something that we don't if it's getting successful. But I don't even think Reggie McKenzie will even be our GM by the end of this year, because he's the reason why he brought in Dennis Allen. But in my next topic, I'm going to be going over my predictions and who I think is going to win. And to start off is the Thursday night matchup with Indianapolis and Houston. Now this is going to be a good game. Andrew Luck, who's arguably pretty much the best quarterback in the league right now. He knows how to pick apart defenses. He's young, so that shows that he can progress pretty well, and he can be a dangerous threat. So I'm really looking forward to this game. I think Indianapolis will pull away, but they're going to underestimate J.J. Watt a little bit. Maybe they'll put him at some positions that he's never played before. I wouldn't be surprised if they switch him around a little bit. And I believe Clowney is back. I'm not sure yet, but I think Clowney comes back this week. The next game, New England and Buffalo. I'm picking Buffalo to win this game. They're pretty decent on offense, and the Patriots' defense does not do too well. I know they dominated Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's not that really good when pressure's onto them. Speaking of Cincinnati and Carolina, I feel like Cincinnati will pull off this win because they have that revenge, and Carolina's just going to probably have a tough day. Pittsburgh and Cleveland, I'm picking Pittsburgh to win this game. I feel like they can actually pull away with the division with how they're playing, because Cincinnati's going to probably start getting on the downfall a little bit. Green Bay and Miami, I'm going with Green Bay with this game. Green Bay is just starting to get into the rhythm a little bit, so I think they can pull off this win. Baltimore and Tampa Bay, I'm going to be going with Baltimore because Tampa Bay really doesn't look too promising. Yeah, they have an alright team, but I don't think they're going to do much. Next game, Denver and the Jets. I have to go with Denver because the Jets just look like pure trash right now. And this Denver just looks really tough, and I'm not really looking forward to playing them this year because it was atrocious last year, and if our team plays the way they're playing and they play against Denver, it's not going to be pretty. Jacksonville and Tennessee. I'm picking Tennessee for this one. Jacksonville is just not getting anything going, especially with Blake Bortles. Nothing's going on there. San Diego and Oakland, I'm not really going to go into detail and who I think is going to win because, honestly, I have a feeling that the Raiders after the bye and Tony Sparano with his, which I love, with putting the ball in the hole and digging it. I thought that was actually really good to see because just bury the past, get rid of it, say don't even think about it, just move on. Play smash mouth football, and I think that's what they can do against the Chargers. But also I have a strange feeling that the Chargers can beat the Raiders, and I hope that's not what happens. But you never know. I think Oakland can pull this win off. It will be a good feeling to see them win, but then they go on to play Arizona, which will be another tough game, and then Cleveland, who looks pretty tough too. Moving on, Washington and Atlanta. Washington just does not look like they're getting anything going, especially with Kirk Cousins, so I don't know where they're going to be standing, but Atlanta will pull this win off. No, I mean Arizona. I don't know what I'm saying. Arizona will pull this one off. The next game is Chicago at Atlanta. As I was saying, Atlanta looks really good, but Chicago starting to get a little groove. They're kind of a team that you can't really predict on, Chicago, because they're very inconsistent, but they can be very dangerous as well. So I'm just going to go off a limb and say Chicago can win this. Dallas and Seattle. Dallas always is a team that can start off very good, but as you can see, they start to lose a lot of games, and then they have that rough month in November where they somehow cannot win in November. So I think this is going to start their downfall against Seattle. The Giants and the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles lost in a big game against the 49ers, but I don't think that's going to faze them. I think that's going to make them even more hungry, and they are just going to attack Eli and the Giants. And it should be a good game because, again, it's another rivalry game. I love watching rivalry games because they're just interesting to me because you want to see how vicious those games can be. So, and it should be a hard-hitting game, so I'm saying Philadelphia will pull off the win. And finally, San Francisco and St. Louis. It sucks, but I have to go with the 49ers. St. Louis doesn't look too good at this moment. They are still losing people. If they had Sam Bradford, it would be a different story, but they don't, and their quarterback's just not in that groove just yet. So I don't see them pulling off the win, but I really hope my prediction is wrong and San Francisco loses. But other than that, as I'm going to just give my final thoughts on this game and what I should expect. I do expect Derek Carr to pull off something good. Hopefully I see him finally get his first win. Because like he said, the first one is always the hardest. It really is. Everything he said about that is true. Because once you get that first win, you get that energy. You get pumped up and that fire built under you. But if you don't, then you just lose hope. It kind of seems like. And I just feel like they can honestly pull off this win against the Chargers, which would be an awesome way for Derek Carr to get his first win of his NFL career is against a rival. But really quick, with Tony Sparano, I feel like we can do something good. He did say Olsen will be doing the offensive plays, but I hope Tony Sparano does something about it. But I think since he's been the head coach, I feel like something good will come out of it, which I'm really hoping, and I hope we end up seeing some wins because we can turn this season around. Shockingly, if they do, I'll be surprised, but I won't. I'll be actually really happy, but then just realize where was that in the beginning of the season. And plus, Rich Gannon will be announcing the game, so that should be very interesting to watch. But anyways, thank you Raider Nation and everyone who watches my videos and comments and gives me suggestions and all that. But thank you guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And go Raiders.